Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Plants Every Day. This is the place where we explore the beauty of houseplants, green living spaces, and simple care tips that make everyday life fresher and more enjoyable. Hash indoor plants that filter toxins from paint, chemicals, and cigarette smoke. In modern life, we spend more and more of our time indoors, in cozy apartments, busy offices, cafes, meeting rooms, or even entertainment spaces. These places are usually decorated with fresh paint, wooden furniture, synthetic materials, or sometimes filled with cigarette smoke. And behind that polished, convenient look lies an invisible problem: the accumulation of toxic chemicals released from paint, household products, and cigarette smoke. These toxins have complicated names like formaldehyde, benzene, toluene, xylene, but their effects are all too familiar: headaches, dizziness, difficulty breathing, eye irritation, long-term damage to the liver, kidneys, and nervous system, and even cancer. The World Health Organization, WHO, has warned that indoor air pollution can actually be more dangerous than outdoor pollution because in closed spaces, toxins linger and build up without escape. Of course, we can use air purifiers, ventilation systems, or set rules like no smoking indoors. But alongside these, there's a natural, aesthetic, and highly effective solution that is often overlooked: indoor plants. Plants not only beautify a space, they also act like little lungs, absorbing toxins, releasing oxygen, and making our homes and offices healthier places to live. So, which plants can filter toxins from paint, chemicals, and cigarette smoke? And how do we care for them to get the best results? Let's explore together. Number one, why paint, chemicals, and cigarette smoke are dangerous. Before talking about plants, let's understand the enemies we're dealing with. Toxins from paint and furniture. Wall paint, wood finishes, adhesives, MDF boards, and pressed wood often contain formaldehyde and VOCs, volatile organic compounds. These don't just cause a sharp odor when new, they can slowly release into the air for years. Chemicals from household products. Cleaning solutions, floor polish, and even air fresheners can release harmful chemicals, yeast especially dangerous in closed rooms without good ventilation. Cigarette smoke. More than 7,000 chemicals are found in cigarette smoke, at least 69 of them known carcinogens. Not only does it harm smokers, but secondhand smoke is even more dangerous. Smoke also clings to curtains, sofas, and walls, creating third-hand smoke that lingers for weeks. These toxins are invisible, but their impact on health is very real. And this is where plants step in. Number 2. Indoor plants, natural air purifiers. Plants perform photosynthesis. They absorb CO2 and release oxygen. But some plants go further, absorbing formaldehyde, benzene, toluene, and other toxins through their leaves, stems, and roots. In fact, the root systems and the microorganisms in the soil work together to break down these chemicals into nutrients for the plant. A famous NASA study in 1989 showed that many indoor plants can reduce indoor air pollution, so much that they were even considered for use in space stations. Since then, these air-purifying plants have been widely used in homes, offices, hospitals, and schools. 3. Best indoor plants for filtering toxins. Now let's look at some of the top plants that not only survive well indoors, but are especially good at filtering harmful substances from paint, chemicals, and smoke. 3.1 snake plant, Sansevieria, thrives in low light and needs little water, absorbs formaldehyde, benzene, xylene, and more. Unique ability, releases oxygen at night, making it great for bedrooms. 3.2 Pothos, devil's ivy, a resilient trailing plant, easy to grow and propagate, removes formaldehyde and benzene effectively. Ideal for hanging near new furniture, freshly painted areas, or corners with smoke. 3.3 Peace lily, Spathiphyllum, striking white blooms with strong air-purifying power. Absorbs benzene, formaldehyde, trichloroethylene, and cigarette smoke. Adds beauty and a sense of calm to any space. 3.4 Areca palm, acts as a natural humidifier, absorbing formaldehyde and reducing dust, perfect for living rooms or offices where smoke tends to linger. 3.5 Boston fern, highly rated by NASA for filtering formaldehyde. Loves humidity, so great for bathrooms, balconies, or damp corners. 3.6 ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamifolia, symbol of prosperity in feng shui, but also a hardy air purifier. Tolerates low light and little watering. absorbs toxins from paint and VOCs common in offices. 3.7 spider plant, Chlorophytum comosum, one of the easiest plants to grow, perfect for beginners. Removes formaldehyde, carbon monoxide, and smoke particles. Also boosts humidity and reduces fine dust. You can also explore varieties like golden pothos, Chinese evergreen, and anthurium, which have similar benefits. Number 4. How to place plants for maximum effect. Where you put your plants matters. Living room. Large plants like Areca palm or ZZ plant improve air quality and aesthetics. Bedroom. Snake plant and aloe vera are excellent because they release oxygen at night. Workspace. Compact plants like pothos or peace lily fit nicely on desks or shelves. Freshly painted rooms or new furniture areas. Place ferns, pothos, or peace lilies nearby. Smoking areas. Areca palm, peace lily, and spider plant are most effective. Number 5. Tips for using air-purifying plants. Don't overexpect. Plants improve air quality but can't completely replace purifiers or ventilation. Quantity matters. Aim for at least 1 plant per 10 square meters. A 20 to 30 millisquare room should have 3 to 4 plants. Proper care. Water moderately, provide suitable light, and wipe leaves to keep them efficient. Safety check. Some plants like pothos, peace lily are mildly toxic to pets. Be mindful if you have cats or dogs. Number 6. The deeper meaning of greenery. Beyond their air cleaning power, plants bring emotional and psychological benefits. Caring for a plant teaches patience, consistency, and mindfulness. Watching leaves unfurl day by day reduces stress and brings a quiet sense of joy. A small plant on your desk can remind you to breathe deeply and take breaks. A cluster of plants in your living room can become a gathering spot filled with freshness and peace. Plants reconnect us with nature, which is something our modern lifestyles often lack. 7. Conclusion. Indoor air pollution is a silent threat. Paint fumes, chemical residues, and cigarette smoke can slowly harm our health. But the simple act of placing a few potted plants can make a huge difference. Plants are not just decoration. They're silent companions, filtering every breath we take and offering us peace and vitality. If you live in a newly painted home, a space full of furniture, or somewhere often exposed to smoke, try adding a few plants. You'll notice the air feels lighter, and so will your heart. Small but mighty, plants remind us that even in a world full of chemicals and pollution, nature always finds a way to heal. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Plants Every Day to stay updated with more inspiring content about plants and green living. See you in the next video.